Okay, go ahead.
Okay, my first husband was Jimmy Lounsbury. We were married for 32 years before he passed away. He passed away at 52 years old of cancer. He was raised by his grandmother, Lounsbury. His father died when he was 4 years old.
Gee. Did he have a stepfather after that? Did his mother get remarried?
Yes, he had a stepfather, Bill Myers, who was a victim of polio, and he walked with crutches, and he was a wonderful man.
Good.
He had a brother, a biological brother named Charles. We all call him Bud, and he's still living. He's a year younger than I am.
Where does he live at, Carol?
He lives here in Jackson. He's 86.
Damn.
He's not real healthy, but I see him quite often.
Good.
And he has two stepbrothers, or two half-brothers. They weren't stepbrothers, they were half-brothers, Doug Myers and Jerry Myers, and they both live in the Leslie area. And then he had a stepsister, or a stepsister named Billie Jean, and she has passed away. But his grandparents on the other side, Lucille and Pop Bud, raised Charles. Buddy they called him. And they lived with their mother and stepdad off and on, but not full time. And Jimmy was a farm boy.
Yeah, I know.
Always had a big garden. Even after we married, we had a huge garden out there on the farm.
See, we were somewhat connected with Jim because of my cousin Lawton.
Yeah.
Was married to Margaret McKessie, and
they were related to some very good friends of Jim's.
Sure.
Ed Mentink and Maxine. Ed was like a father to Jim. He was a very good friend of Jim's father. In fact, Jim's father and mother were divorced, and Jim's father went out west, and he got kind of sick, I guess, and Ed went out and rode the train home with him.
I'll be darned.
Or came home with him. That's how Ed happened to get here, was he rode the train home with him. And then Jim's father died of a, what do they call them, an ear infection. What do they call those that they have in ears? Anyway, he had an ear infection and he passed away. And, but Ed kind of fathered Jim a lot.
Yeah.
And Ed and Maxine became really close friends of mine, and Maxine was Margaret McKessie's sister.
Which was Lawton's wife.
Which was
Margaret.
Lawton's wife. That's how I knew Margaret.
And I used to be down there. I remember meeting Ed and seeing them when they was down there. I don't know, I was probably there to get free meal or something.
Probably. But, yeah, I had forgotten that their last name was McKessie. Maxine's. I knew that, too.
I really liked Jim. He was a good guy.
Yeah, he was a good husband.
He ended up being master of...
he was master of the Blue Lodge. I can't tell you what year, but he was the youngest one they had ever had in Leslie. The youngest master they'd ever had.
That's interesting.
And the funny part of it is he got blackballed the first time he applied.
Sure, well, that was because somebody had a personal...
It was a personal thing.
Probably Jim stole the guy's girlfriend or something.
No, he was an older man. I don't know what he thought, but he thought Jim was...
There's some people that do that, they shouldn't do it.
He didn't know him.
Yeah.
That's for sure. You know, what he was really like.
Yeah.
But he was really good at that.
So, the other thing that's sort of interesting is your connection with Betty Odihorn.
Well, I don't know exactly how we're related, but Margaret, Betty's mother, was related to my dad somehow.
Sure.
Now we'll have to check that out with Pam because she's got it written down.
Yeah, what we're going to try to do is
And I've been in contact with Betty a few times, and we do visit once in a while on the internet, and I would love to see her.
I video chat with her a few times, and I should again, and she contacts Ginger some, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, she likes to keep in touch, and we got some information for Pam through Betty.
has Pam ever talked to her?
I don't think so. I think I've passed on different things from each. But Betty sent Pam some paperwork
Oh, yeah, it's
that
good.
she had written down and
Yeah,
stuff.
Betty would be good at that.
Yeah, and so,
That's good.
but it just won't come to me how Dad and her mother were.
What we're going to try to get to happen is get you with Pam, and Pam has got is interested in a genealogy.
Yeah, she is.
So then we'll try to get a recording of that sometime.
Okay.
If we live long enough.
And if Pam will do it.
both Carol and I.
Pam's not quite as brazen as I am, Jim.
Both Carol and I are getting old. We both got congenital heart failure, so we got to get this sort of thing done.
Well, it upsets me because I can't remember everything that I did know.
Well,
I knew a lot more probably than what I'm telling, but I don't.
Well, it's okay. People realize that us old people have that problem.
And like I said, after you leave, I'll remember a lot of
That's the
things.
way I am. It's part of congenital heart failure.
Yeah.
It's part of
That's
the
what it
symptom.
is. You think that's what it is?
I think
I
so.
think it's just old age, period.
Well, yeah, congenital heart failure is part of what
But I'm bad about remembering what I ate yesterday, and the short-term memory's worse than the long-term.
Yeah, I think that's about all we need to do today, unless there's something else you can think of you want to talk about.
No.
It don't cost us nothing. You can talk all you want to.
No, I'm fine. I'm done.
Okay, thanks, Carol, for this.
That's good.
It's sort of fun. Carol did mention that her kids and stuff have looked at some of these videos on YouTube, so that's sort of working pretty good. I think we'll probably try to do some more of this type of thing. Thanks, Carol.